World War II was a period of unprecedented technological innovation, as nations invested heavily in developing new weapons to gain an edge in the conflict. While many of these inventions were groundbreaking and became staples of military arsenals, others were downright bizarre, reflecting the desperation and intense pressure of wartime. This article delves into 10 of the most unusual weapons devised during World War II, exploring their design, intended use, and the contexts in which they were developed. Bat bombs. One of the most peculiar ideas was the American-developed bat bomb. The concept involved attaching tiny incendiary bombs to bats, which would be released over Japanese cities. The bats would roost in eaves and attics, where the bombs would later ignite, causing widespread fires in the predominantly wooden buildings. While the idea showed some initial promise in tests, it was eventually shielded in favor of the atomic bomb. Hobart's Funnies. Named after Major General Percy Hobart, these were a series of modified tanks designed by the British for the D-Day landings. The collection included tanks equipped with flails to clear mines, floating tanks, and others fitted with bridges or pipes to lay smoke screens. Although odd in appearance and concept, many of these inventions proved crucial during the Normandy landings. The Goliath tracked mine. Essentially an early version of a drone, the Goliath tracked mine was a small, remote-controlled vehicle packed with explosives. Developed by the Germans, it was steered towards its target, a tank, fortification, or troop concentration, before being detonated. However, its slow speed and the control cable's vulnerability made it less effective than hoped. The V3 cannon, also known as the London gun, this supergun was designed by the Germans to bombard London from the coast of France. The cannon had multiple charges placed along the barrel's length to accelerate the projectile over a long distance. Though ambitious, the weapon was never fully successful, as the Allies destroyed the bunkers housing these guns before they could cause significant damage. Kaiten torpedoes. These were essentially manned torpedoes used by the Japanese Navy. Pilots would steer these explosive-packed vessels towards enemy ships, intending to sacrifice themselves in the process. While the concept demonstrated the Japanese military's willingness to embrace kamikaze tactics, it achieved limited success. Project Habak. The British developed this plan to create an unsinkable aircraft carrier made from pykrete, a mixture of ice and wood pulp, which is significantly stronger than ice alone. The idea was to build these massive carriers in the Atlantic to provide air support for convoys. Although a prototype was constructed, the project was deemed impractical and abandoned. Anti-Tank Dogs. The Soviet Union trained dogs to carry explosives and run under enemy tanks, where the bombs would be detonated. Unfortunately, the dogs often became confused and returned to the Soviet lines, causing casualties among their own forces. The program was eventually halted due to its ineffectiveness and the ethical concerns it raised. Pandrum. This was a massive rocket-propelled wheel designed by the British to destroy beach fortifications. Packed with explosives, it was supposed to roll across the beach and detonate against obstacles. However, in practice, the Pandrum proved uncontrollable and was never used in combat. The Japanese balloon bombs. Japan released thousands of hydrogen balloons carrying bombs, intending for them to reach North America. The journey was guided by the jet stream at high altitudes. While most of these balloon bombs were ineffective, some reached their target, causing a few casualties and demonstrating the unpredictable nature of this weapon. The Fritz X radio-controlled bomb. This was one of the first precision-guided weapons, developed by Germany. Dropped from an aircraft, the bomb could be steered towards its target by the operator via radio control. It achieved notable successes, including sinking the Italian battleship Roma. While not bizarre in concept, the Fritz X was revolutionary, laying the groundwork for modern guided munitions. These weapons illustrate the lengths to which nations would go to secure victory in World War II, pushing the boundaries of creativity, practicality, and sometimes sanity. While some of these inventions may seem outlandish or impractical today, they all contribute to the rich tapestry of innovation and desperation that characterizes the technological landscape of the war.